Hello, Christ Our Hope family. This is Pastor Tim coming to you from my bonus room in Wake Forest on Sunday afternoon. As you probably know by now, we did not have service this morning because when I walked into our church building this morning, well, it smelled like getting hit in the face with an egg sandwich. If that sounds unpleasant to you, I'm sorry. That's really what it was like. So we had a gas leak earlier this weekend, and while we were able to ascertain that everything is safe, the gas leak is contained, the smell really lingered. And maybe you're thinking, well, gosh, it's just a bad smell. What's the big deal? Why do we cancel service? It really would have been very distracting for everyone. And I and the rest of the elders truly feel that if we tried to have service there, everyone would have gotten headaches, that they would have left feeling sick, particularly if it had any visitors. It would have made a horrible impression on who we are as a congregation. People would have wondered, is it really safe? So in order to get all those questions out of the way, we really felt like it made a lot more sense for us to just go ahead and cancel service, encourage everyone to go to other churches in our area and participate in worship with their brothers and sisters. And so that's what my family did. My family actually just got back a little bit ago from going worshiping with some friends at Summit in North Raleigh, and it was a wonderful time. And I'm so thankful we were able to visit and enjoy fellowship with those brothers and sisters this morning. A couple of things I do want to bring to your attention before I dive into this weekend's sermon, is this upcoming week, tomorrow actually, I'll be flying out to Dallas, Texas. Gabe is already out there this week, Tuesday through Friday. Our denomination is going to be having what's called our General Assembly. That's when all of the elders and teaching elders and ruling elders are invited from our denomination are invited together for a week of talking about things that matter for our denomination as a whole. What is church planting looking like? What is foreign missions looking like? How's our seminary doing? How's our college doing? So we have an opportunity to come together for those kinds of discussions. We get to catch up in fellowship. We get to worship together. It's really a wonderful time, but I would ask you to be in prayer for us. There are some important matters before us as a church. And we really want to be faithful to God in those places. So if you would, please be praying for Gabe and for me and for the rest of the church, our church globally, and particularly the PCA here in our nation, that we would be faithful to God's calling as His church here. As I said, Gabe and I will both be out in Texas Monday through Friday, and so if you have any needs pastorally, please feel free to reach out to the elders. Their collective email address is elders@christourhopechurch.com, or you can reach out to your life group leader. That'd probably be the best first place for you to contact. Another thing I want to point out is I will be back with you guys this upcoming Sunday, June 30th. We'll also have with us that morning Pastor Tim Inman. He is a church planter in our presbytery who's going to be planting a church down in Dunn, North Carolina. And he's going to have an opportunity both to preach from God's Word and also to share a little bit about the vision of ministry that God has placed on his heart, and that we as a presbytery are partnering with him to plant that church and see that hopefully launch in the next year. So that'll be a really wonderful time of worship together. Please make plans to be with us for that. The other thing I want to point out is after that Sunday, I will be going off on sabbatical for 3 months. I've been here at Christ Our Hope for nearly 9 years, and the elders have graciously extended to me a 3-month sabbatical, an opportunity for me and my family to rest and rejuvenate and recenter ourselves. And we're really looking forward to that. So that'll be July, August, and September. We do have the worship team and all prepped to go. Philip Morris in particular is going to be doing a really bang-up job of keeping us moving in a really good direction as a worship ministry. Gabe will be helping out on the life groups. Patrick Grant will be helping out on the children's ministry. And so ministry will continue as normal while I'm not there, although Chrissy and I will absolutely miss being with you guys each weekend. So please be praying for us as a family, that God would use this sabbatical to be a really rejuvenating time for us, and an opportunity for us to really renew our vision of ministry for hopefully the next 7 and 14 and on into the future years. As you probably know, Chrissy is pregnant, and part of what's going to be happening during that sabbatical is in September we'll be expecting our 3rd child. So that's another reason to be praying. We will absolutely be keeping you all in the loop with baby pictures and so forth, and so watch Facebook, and you'll be certain to keep up with that news as well. There's more news that you guys can find in the Hope Happenings emails. There's a play date coming up this upcoming Saturday. There are midweek studies for the men and the women, and there's some announcements about what youth studies will be happening during the summer. So please take a moment to look at your email for those announcements. I'll be back with you in just a minute with this week's sermon.